what we're going to do, we're going to, go into this a bit more, but what we're going to do, we're going to incorporate the player ratings.
Yeah.
So now, instead of the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, it's going to be da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Because that was a horror show. And we're going into the player ratings and we're going to delve deeper into the individual performances because it was terrible. Let's start with Mr. Leno in goal. What did we think of Leno? Jamal?
Leno, yes. I don't think he put a foot wrong, The only issues with him, again, it was the high claims and there was a bit of a suspect punching, but I thought his passing was good.
Being stuck on his goal line.
I felt for the third goal, he could have at least. But he was rooted to the spot.
But that's him. He's like all of a sudden he's scared to come out now. But I couldn't blame him for any of the goals really. It had to be this game, that Martinez keeps a clean sheet.
It had to be, didn't it?
Has Leno? I don't think he kept a clean sheet yet at home. No. But yeah, I would give him 6 out of 10 because I thought he made a great save of what's his name, Grealish. Where even Grealish was like, how did that stay out?
Yeah.
So I don't think you can claim him. The high claims, yes. I don't like he's not commanding enough yet. So yeah, 6 out of 10. I thought he was one of the few bright sparks.
Right, I'm giving Leno 4. He belonged to a losing team, and the team's attitude wasn't good enough for me.
Yep.
His distribution
wasn't
as good as last week.
Yeah.
It was slow distribution when we could have sprung a quick break. He chose to hold on to the ball, and he gets a 4 from me.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Leno a 3.
Whoa.
Lord Vader's in the building. He's in the house.
I'm just not impressed with that performance yesterday.
Lord Vader's in his house.
He did a save from Jack Grealish, but that was more out of luck than he meant it. The shot, he just threw out in hand and it hit his hand. The shot, I think the shot was on his way, just about to pass him and hit his hand and is fortunately gone the other side of the post.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he had a particularly fantastic game. There wasn't really much for him to do, in comparison to, he was busier than Martinez, but there wasn't much that he could do about any of the goals, is what I'm trying to say. He didn't seem to marshal his defence. Considering I can hear everybody else on the pitch, he seems to be a very quiet goalkeeper.
So could be just us, but
long balls.
I'm gonna give
he played
give him a 3.
4 long balls in the whole game, right? 4. Can you guess how many Martinez made? How many long? 30. Right? 30.
Yeah, but that's coming from the manager. Even during the game, they were saying Arteta wants the team to play out under every circumstance, and it worked for a lot of the times. I have to say, I was impressed with some of the way they got out of the Aston Villa press.
Yeah,
but it's about the result yesterday, and I thought he wasn't even a bright spark.
Yeah,
I disagree with you on that, Jamal.
Yeah, I don't think I could blame him for any of the goals. I think I was ready I wanted to lane into him yesterday because I thought Martin's going to have a blinder and our keeper's going to chuck one in.
Yeah.
But I don't think, I'm not his biggest fan, but there was not a lot that I can blame him for.
You still maintain we got rid of the wrong keeper?
Wrong keeper, yeah. Just standing like, you look at Martin, the Villa keeper, and he looks commanding, He He looks commanding. Like if I was a striker, I don't fancy that shot.
Well,
Right? That's
how many has Emmy conceded? And Leno. Leno must have conceded less, right? Because Leno's conceded what, 9 in the league? How many has Emmy conceded? That's
I'm
7
not sure.
in 2 games. So I know he's conceded more.
But we have a better defense, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We have a better defense, and the way we are
Leno's
set
no
up,
mug.
He's no mug, but I think Martinez already kept 4 clean sheets. Right,
Well,
and they don't
goes
have
on.
a great defense at all.
Well, let's talk about clean sheets at the end of the season.
The debate still continues. Anyway, so let's move on. KT, let's go to the left-hand side. So, Kieran Tierney. What are you saying about Tierney?
Kieran Tierney, I thought first half, I think going forward he looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't like him in that
Third
centre back role. I think he's still trying to get used to that. He's not comfortable. He's not a centre back.
Yeah.
Right. And this is part of Arteta's problems. Is square pegs in round holes.
Mm-hmm.
So Saka as a left wing back, and Tierney as a centre back, and Uber at left midfield.
Mm-hmm.
Lacazette as nobody.
Right.
It's not working. So I thought going forward, that was a great cross to Lacazette, which he, will get to him. But I thought defensively he wasn't great for once.
Mm-hmm.
I would give him a 5 for the whole game.
For me, I'm giving Kieran Tierney a 4.
Yeah.
He belonged to a bad bunch.
His distribution wasn't good.
He tried,
but
he just didn't. He was poor as well. The industry's there. From just to grab a word from the Roy Keane handbook.
I'm glad. Have you seen that fall that his foot got stuck?
Boots, yeah.
Like I thought he'd done his ligaments there.
He did look like Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
What the hell was that?
He was slipping all over the place. But
God, I'm so glad he wasn't injured there.
So I'm giving him a 4. Lord Vader.
That's a fair.
That's a Darth.
I'm not going to argue against any of the points this week.
Yeah, I'm going to give Kieran Tierney a 4 as well. I thought his passing was abysmal at times in this game. I don't know whether it was down to the conditions, but it was the same for everybody. And just to jump back to the Mulder game, his passing, what's his name? Ainsley Maitland-Niles' passing in that game was abysmal. And it's like,
Yeah, it was.
Why is the passing all of a sudden so poor? When you look at Aston Villa and their passing and how crisp and accurate and how fast they moved up the pitch.
Yes.
And then you look to us with our slow, ponderous passing, which then would break down at a inopportune moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
And Kieran Tierney was one of the chief culprits for that.
Yeah, he was.
He did put in some great crosses, but and the other thing which is starting to get on my nerves with Kieran Tierney is his negative passing.
Passing back.
Many times
square.
Many times the pass would be there. The ball would be given to him.
Run into space.
And then it would be, I'm going to pass the ball back 20 yards.
Too safe, yeah.
20 yards where we've just killed, where we just come from.
It kills the move.
It's like, use your right foot. Learn to pass with your right foot, and then you can pass it into midfield.
Into midfield, yeah.
Or use the outside of your foot. But everything for him is in step, and if it's in an awkward way of passing, it has to go back, and it's like it kills momentum.
Yeah, it does.
And that's the one thing I've noticed in the last few games is his passing is quite negative.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to give him a 4.
All right, so we move across to Gabriel. What are you saying about Gabriel?
Gabriel, I thought had a hard game, because he hasn't been helped by his centre back partner, which we'll get to. I thought for once, I think his passing wasn't great. Few loose balls, and I thought out of the bunch, he was the closest that we could get to rock, like to dependable. Few good clearances. Great pass to Holding for amazing chance, which he, finished in Lacazette fashion.
Defender's finish, I think.
Defender's finish, yeah. So I thought Ollie Watkins was gave him a hard time. So yeah, I think I'll give him a 5. I think he deserves nothing more than a 5. What are you saying, Gabs?
Well, I'm giving Gabriel a 4. He was the best of the bad defensive bunch. I think when you play, when it's not going well, and you tend to find yourself making mistakes, you tend to find yourself not being, on top of your game. And he's player of the season so far, but even he'll have to hold his hand up.
Yeah, he was an abandoned general.
Yes, so he was the best of a bad defensive bunch, but he still was very subpar. Lord Vader.
I'm gonna give Gabriel a 6. I thought he had a bad game by his recent high standards since he's come, but I think the tackle that he made, where it was his man and he ran across and covered him, I thought was a good tackle.
He was covering a lot of people.
Yeah, so anyway, I thought he some of his passes, he was trying to force the issue. Some of them went astray.
Yeah.
But he was trying to force the issue, which is what happens when, you get frustrated, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought he did well up against Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins didn't out-fight him in any way, shape or form. It just, yesterday, it went Ollie Watkins' way.
It went Ollie Watkins' way. And
it went Aston Villa's way.
Yeah, you got to give Ollie Watkins credit.
He out-fought Tierney for the second goal. It was like, I want this, bam.
Yeah, positionally he was good.
No, he just wanted it more.
I have to give it to Tierney for actually trying to.
Yeah. What was the second goal?
The one.
Barkley, oh yeah. When it came across, they flicked it across. Yeah. But there was nothing else Tierney could do. The ball was virtually on the line.
Yeah.
Tierney had. The ball was virtually in Ollie Watkins' favour.
Yeah.
If he'd have missed from there, there's something wrong with him. So the ball was virtually in for that goal.
Yeah,
I wouldn't criticise Tierney too much.
No. You could. But we were all static.
Yeah, everything was wrong with every goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's Rob Holding, Super Robert Holding,
Holding this particular game.
We were singing our lungs out, singing our hearts out last week. Because
and this is the problem with Holding.
Shackle
this is
Greenwood, Fernandes, Rashford, Pogba, and all comers.
I love him.
Holding
this guy.
So the Monsters hijacked his powers.
The thing is that what he was doing that hop thing, that hopping. I'm gonna defend. I'm not gonna defend. Just watching the player. Why are you watching the player make a tackle?
And I saw Rob Holding moving like the bionic woman.
Him and Kolasinac do that hopping thing. I don't know what you call it.
He was moving like Jamie Summers.
What's that old jittery, like half Elvis movement?
It was slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
So one Villa player gave Rob Holding about a 5-yard head start and just breezed past him.
Here's what I don't get, right?
He was running in
Here's
treacle.
what I don't get. Grealish is there, right? Why is Holding coming out of his formation and Bellerin going behind him? Why?
He got Beyblade spun.
We got turned inside out.
Because even Gabriel said, "What are you doing? He's your man." For the third goal.
It was ridiculous. It was.
For the third goal.
And this is the problem. This is why Arteta's not convinced with this guy. Because 1 week he's saying, like, oh my God, this is
Robert
the
Holding.
The new Tony Adams.
New Tony Adams here. Yeah. And then you see yesterday, and he looks like a 2-bob Division 2, not even Division 2, Division 3 player, and you're thinking, this guy is not, he doesn't have
No,
it.
we're going back in the vault. So we're going back to Philip Senderos, Stefanos,
Holding one more
Schillaci.
performance like this, and you are next to Senderos.
Yeah. He looked like, Tony,
And he's
Tony
passing
Adams
as well,
reincarnated.
Thing is,
Last
please
week.
Holding, play your forward pass. Right? There was one, who was it? Partey was there, right? And Partey is telling him, pass it, and he plays it to the fullback, who's right next to him.
Yeah, we got ourselves in all kinds of passing problems.
Yeah.
And same thing happened in the second half. The third goal came from Gabriel's there and Saka's there, right next to each other, and they passed to each other. I'm thinking, listen, pass it long. You can't pass it long.
Yeah, we got ourselves in all kinds of technical problems.
We got
So what are
ourselves
you
in a
giving?
pickle.
What are you giving Holding, Jamal?
Holding, I'll give him 2.
Wow, Count Dooku's in the
Shocking.
building.
And part of the reason Gabriel looked bad was because of him.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so I think I'm going to step up to the podium. That's Darth Maul. I'm stepping up to the podium, and I'm giving him 3. Rob Holding was shocking.
You're very okay.
He was shocking. Rob Holding looked like he was running in treacle. Like I said, he looked like an amalgamation of Steve Austin meets Jamie Summers, the Bionic Man, the $6 million man, and the Bionic Woman. He was running that slow.
Wow.
He got spun. He got Beyblade spun. He didn't know where he was. He was like a spinning top.
We made Grealish look like Zidane, honestly.
Listen,
But
we made...
you're not giving Grealish enough credit.
He's
Grealish is a good player.
a good player, but he was doing the carousel.
Someone we need, though, because I'm going to get onto the forwards. Sorry to cut you. I'm going to get onto the forwards, and Grealish is doing the job our wingers should be doing. But we'll get onto that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm giving Hop Holding, not Super Rob from last week. Hop Holding is getting a 3 on me. Super
Yeah, and
Rob.
stop hopping, please.
Yeah, Hop Holding.
Yeah, I'm going to give Hob
Hobston.
Hob with his hobnail boots that he was clearly wearing yesterday
Listen, man.
is going to get a 2 from me.
So what brand? What hobnail boots? Because
He's,
Lukaku wears jeans and Timberlands.
Yeah.
And Hop Holding wears, what's it? Leno wears slippers.
Oh, he just wears
And Hop Holding
he was
wears
wearing
hobnail
sandals.
boots.
hobnail boots, mate.
He was wearing sandals.
Those ones with the
Joe
big.
Willock wears
Holding
sandals.
didn't play on Thursday, right?
No, he didn't.
He didn't play. So he has no excuses.
He just,
excuses.
yeah, he wears hobnail boots. And Joe Willock wears flip-flops when it comes to shooting.
Let's move on to the next player, Lee. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm going to give Hob
Hobston.
a 3. Did I say a 3 or did I say a 2?
You
I'm
said
gonna
2
give him a
and you
2.
gave him a
2.
2 and
You gave him a Lord
you're going to
Vader
stick
2.
to it, Gaps.
I'm not going to give him.
Exactly.
Don't
Fail
give him
me
a 3
again,
as well.
Admiral.
He doesn't. All right, fair enough.